Hello, Internet. Welcome back to episode 16 of our Refugee series. We've been looting a lot over the last few episodes, which has not really been working out for us. We haven't really found anything super valuable, haven't really found any locations that work for us. We're kind of reluctant to go down here because of a park. We're reluctant to go up here because of an NPC that attacked us. And we're just really we're not getting very much done. And I'm not really happy with our progress. I'm not really happy with where we are. I'm not happy with how slowly I've been playing. I am happy to see some hardware stores I did not notice before. We should go over there immediately. Actually, that's a whole row over, and we did see a fair bit of monster density over here. But hardware is a really good place to go. So we would love to get access to that. And these are probably both. Oh, that's the sporting goods store. Yeah. Couldn't get in there, if I recall, because we bumped into the NPC. So I wasn't going to loot, but we might actually go take a look while it's daylight at what the hardware store looks like. I would like to start focusing on self-improvement. We need to start working on our character. We don't really have very many skills. We don't really have anything we're going to need. We definitely need to be raising our mechanics. I would like to start editing our vehicle in the near future. We unfortunately don't have a welder, but that will come with higher mechanics as well. I believe we have the DIY compendium, which I think has the welder recipe. If not, under the hood may, which we have under the hood in our inventory. No, we don't. Where's my under the hood? Under the hood. So yeah, would like to be working on mechanics, and we should also keep an eye out for cargo spaces as we go through town. Unfortunately, I don't know what they look like in the Altica tile set, so it might be a little difficult to find ourselves cargo spaces, but we will keep an eye on that. Let's go look at this hardware store, shall we? Actually, we should eat and drink before we go. We are also kind of low on perishable foods, which is pretty unusual for me. I usually have more perishable food than this. The fact that we can't cook is also becoming an issue because we have quite a bit of eggs. Eggs basically in every house at this point in the game. So we would like to be making scrambled eggs, something just to make use of these before they go bad, but we actually can't make any egg dish, which I still think is ludicrous. For instance, hard boiling an egg is a recipe in Cataclysm. You can absolutely mess up hard boiling an egg, but it's still edible. So you can over boil an egg where the yolk will get tough and rubbery, but it's still 100% edible. It's really basically impossible to screw up boiling anything. You can't really mess it up to the point where it would become completely inedible. Eggs in particular, people screw up eggs all the time, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be makeable, shouldn't be craftable. Feral human. We do want to go over there. We want to look at these hardware stores, and we want to go in the daylight. Why? Oh, this is where that pupating zombie was, which we're no longer seeing the pupating zombie, which makes me think it may have hatched, as they say. I would like your attention, please, zombies. Zombies. None of you see me. You're pretty close to me. Why is there a parking garage here? Is this the same? This is where we just saw the Hulk earlier. I don't need to be this far south. If they want to come at me, they can. Okay, here comes the feral. So let's... Oh, right, they can throw things. I forgot. So let's have you come around this corner. Did it hit me, by the way, with that thrown item? Whereas throws a rock, reflects off our torso. Okay, we did damage our knife spear even further. We really need to make a new one. We shouldn't be fighting with this one. It does have a crowbar, which we can't pick up, unfortunately. Smash that. Interesting that their clothes don't come as filthy. You would think, well, I guess not. I guess they wouldn't. Because the filth is actually like the zombie filth. It's not representative of being unclean. It's representative of actually being covered in like zombie gook. We need to head back to base. We need to... we never did eat or drink, which I just now realized. But also we need to make a new knife spear. So I have a short attention span, so I say things like, oh, we should eat. And then I forget immediately. We're going to take the crowbar just to have a crowbar. so we can have access to crates. I'm not going to carry it with me. It's just too big. With the length restrictions that have come to the game, I just don't see a reason to carry those big items with us. So yeah, we are low on perishable food, which I don't like. Everything has a lengthy shelf life, and most of the stuff that we would eat, we're not going to eat. So like sourdough bread, I would prefer to save this for making proper food. In fact, why don't we just make some sandwiches? It's too dark to craft. Let's start a fire. We are out of splintered wood, so we'll just use advanced inventory to move a plank in there. And set that on fire with our lighter. And then we will make sandwiches. We should have lunch meat around. We apparently have peanut butter. Also somewhat calorie dense peanut butter and such. I really dislike the additional peanut butter recipes. Like, isn't this, yeah, honey and maple syrup, right? What's the M? What's the M? Peanut butter to create a different maple syrup, yes. So, not interested in that. A honey sandwich, like, why does that even exist? Why would you ever... Is this a thing people eat? A honey sandwich? Okay. We're going to make meat sandwiches. We do have some bologna, which we will use to make meat sandwiches. We're just going to make one batch because we don't want them to go bad. I bet that's why they spoiled last time we made them. I bet we made meat sandwiches before and then forgot to eat them, and that's why we had rotten meat sandwiches. So go ahead and eat those. Those are not really as dense calorie-wise as I would like, but it's something. And then we'll just have a snack of something else. You're not sealed. Go ahead and eat a pickle. Why not? Pickle with a meat sandwich sounds fine. And we will drink some of this that's going to go bad. I don't think we're going to be able to finish the almond milk before it goes bad. And we'll try one more with, well, we drank all the fruit juice, I guess. So we'll have a swig of water, although I don't think we can handle it. We can. So there goes our thirst. So we're okay. We need to make a knife spear. Knife. Can't make a knife spear because we are missing branches. So let's go get some branches. Thought we had already done this, but I may be misremembering. Which ones are the baby trees? I don't see like the saplings. Is that this? Young tree? I believe that's it. Smash? Yes. So 5 branches. We have been picking up knives here and there, and they're the real limiting factor on how many we can craft. So we should be able to make 5 knife spears out of this, but we'll go ahead and make 1. We'll use the chef's knife is fine, and we will make it with... Man, we have a lot of thread. I didn't even... Oh, because we raided that sewing basement. Use the long strings. They're a little bit more available. Pretty slow crafting. Does that give us any proficiencies, I wonder? Probably not, right? We're not really doing much with the knife spear. We might have, like, to shape the wooden pole or something. Where do I see... proficiencies? Carving. So we've made, what, 4 knife spears? 5 knife spears? You would think we'd have quite a lot of carving proficiency. We're only at 18%. That seems very low for the amount of work we've done. We made at least 2 flimsy ones, and then we've made at least 3 of the solid ones. We're very hot as well because of the fire. Go ahead and put that out. And we need to swap weapons. Get knife spear. Make sure we properly switched. We did. So we'll head back out and see if we can get eyes on those hardware stores. We already have most of the tools that we need. We definitely have a wrench and a hacksaw already. Those are usually the limiting tools that I end up looking for that I can't find. We would still like to find a toolbox, which are pretty common in hardware stores, and we would also like to find a welder or pickaxe, both of which, I know the pickaxe can appear. I think welders can appear as well. We're probably going to get into some fights over here. Where is everything I'm seeing? All to the east. Okay, we're seeing more now. Quite a lot more. Some in the houses, some on the street. One to our north in that building. Why don't we deal with that one first? And we need a question. And I have my mouse cursor on the screen again. Get a question. Scroll. Click. What have you accomplished this week? You think I accomplished things? Out of your mind. Yes. Stop and fight the zombie. Well, I've recorded this week. I'm moving back to daily episodes, and I've recorded 6 episodes this week, spread out over 4 days, which is terrible. Usually I would record, 4 in one day or something like that. But it's a start. It's better than what we were doing before, which was nothing at all. So definitely an improvement there. Getting back to daily videos. It has been a bit difficult. I have definitely been lacking my motivation still. But I'm largely pushing through. I do have... Oh, there's a ton of things, including Amigo. Why is the Amigo not fighting the zombies? You are fighting the zombies. Uh-huh. Man, everywhere I've gone in this seed so far, like even when we started way over here, remember we drove all the way looking for like a proper town that we could settle in, and everywhere we went there was something wrong that we couldn't stay there. And then we finally got here, and when we got here we saw Amigo up here somewhere where we eventually made our base. We bumped into this park. We bumped into the NPC. There's a trailer park down here that we really don't want to go near. Oh, it's the baseball field. That's right. Which we really don't want to go near to complete our quest. Basically, everywhere that we've wanted to do anything, bad things have happened. I cannot fight Amigo. Like, I just can't. We will die. There's no fighting Amigo this early in the game. It is injured, and it is fighting zombies. So it could potentially get damaged to the point where we could hurt it, and it would run away. And there's a lot of zombies here, but they're going to come for me. Like, they're not all going to go fight the Amigo. So, unfortunately, we just back up and fight the... probably the runner is going to catch up to us, and then we'll fight the others as well. Oh, I was thinking there was a narrow space between buildings. There's not. So let's just fight here at the downspout. Actually, let's not. Let's sprint around the building so we can keep kiting instead of just face tanking the enemies. Yeah, that Migo is probably enough to prevent me from going to the hardware stores. So again, just my plans are getting destroyed as we're trying to play here, which is really unfortunate because I'm, people bring it up sometimes. They say like, oh, Unicorn, you complain about the game all the time, whatever. I do still love this game. It's one of my favorite, like definitely like top 3 games of all time. But I can like something and still hate a lot of things about it. And so like Cataclysm is a fantastic game with a lot of really good stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm not really looking to be challenged. I know if you watch like Vormithrax, Vorm does a lot of the challenge type scenarios. Like, oh, I want to try this. I want to do that. Oh, we're doing a rollerblade only playthrough, like that kind of stuff. Vorm does some of that. I have no interest in that whatsoever. I'm not looking to be challenged by Cataclysm. I'm looking to relax, have a good time, and have a pretty simple, easy game where I can banter over top of it. Like where I can just focus on commentary, we can talk, you can get to know me as a person. That is what interests me much more than, oh, I want to do the hardest possible playthrough, or I want to try something that no one's ever done. Those things don't really, they don't mean anything to me. So when I bump into Cataclysm and I'm just trying to play the game, I do get frustrated when I get constant obstacles. We're gonna keep an eye on this Migo. Yeah, it just tore through. It's pretty injured though. It could still really wreck us, and they have really good day vision, I believe. We would love for the other zombies to go over there and pester it, which is what looks to be happening. It's coming closer. It's very injured. We could probably damage it enough to get it to trigger to run away. I just don't really want to engage with it if I don't have to. I'm just watching the dots on the mini-map. The top right dot there is, which I'm sure you can't see on mobile, is the Migo. Can see to my current location. Yeah, they have really good day vision. I'm curious if it's going to keep fighting zombies or come after me. What we could do is go north, get a different angle on the street, and have a look down. And we're just trying to avoid over here, which is where the NPC was. Don't get me wrong, what we're doing is mildly dangerous. Let's kill this brainless zombie. Crack pipe. It's a tragedy, tragic story. The headless zombie can't even smoke the crack pipe. So it looks like the Migo has. Ooh, now you probably see me, huh? It has trended south. It definitely can see me, and is now coming for me. Okay, great. That's great. So we're gonna go around the corner. I think the braziers probably count as difficult terrain, so it should let us get a hit on it before it gets in here. Okay. How are you doing health-wise? If we can hit it one more time, I bet it runs away. Stunned and bad bleeding left. Left what? What does that mean? It hit... It. Oh. It, in all in one turn, it smashed the brazier, moved into the square with the brazier, and still had time to hit me. Why? No, I don't understand. The Migo tries to claw at you but fails. Why? Why did it damage my backpack? Did it hit my backpack instead of hitting me? But the message just says it fails to claw. Okay. So we could die here. I mean, it's a Migo, but it should just run away if we hit it a few more times. And it's retreating now. Okay. Interesting that it doesn't bleed regular blood, which is pretty cool. I'm hoping it dies of blood loss, because it was heavy bleeding, minor bleeding. It's not going to die. Whatever, we're going to leave it alone. It did, unfortunately, really damage our backpack, which is a huge problem. We don't have a replacement leather backpack. We do have some backpacks. They're just not as nice as the leather ones. What's also weird is that it was fighting a lot of zombies right here, but there are other zombies that it doesn't seem to have been bothered by at all, and they are migrating towards the left. So we can't even go over there and pulp the corpses of the ones it killed, but we will head south here to deal with these hardware stores. Oh, I'm stuck on a lamppost. I didn't even notice. Feral humans. Yeah, where is everyone? Dog to our south. Feral human to our south. They may come up here. I don't know. Let's smash these corpses. So we can't get to most of the corpses, which is a bummer, but it's something. What backpack was that? Leather backpack. There we go. Grab that. We can find a puddle in the woods. Oh, an actual 357 that we can fire is very good. We did find a stack of 357 in the last episode. And then we ran into the Glock bug where we couldn't fire the Glock even though it was loaded with 357. And we can see, you know, it left a trail of corpses. I'm guessing it started all the way over here in this building because we saw some corpses kind of in this area. And then it's just been migrating to the left. I really wish I could go kill these five zombies. That's definitely going to become an issue. What is this that has an ATM in it? It's a bank. Okay. Well, that's not great either because there might be robots in there, which we don't want to mess with. But let's see if we can get into these hardware stores without an issue. We would like goodies. And there's probably a wheelbarrow around here somewhere that we could use to haul things back. So let's have a look around the shelving units. And we're just keeping an eye on the zombies in the area. Okay. Don't see a wheelbarrow, unfortunately. Or shopping carts anywhere. Okay, where's the runner? To the north. Probably can't see me. So instead of walking around and looting every shelf, let's just look at them from a distance and see what we want. There's an electric jackhammer. We don't have the means to carry these things back to base, which is the main issue. Paint section over here. Garden hose, screwdriver, hammer. None of that really is interesting to me. Hydrochloric acid seems like a weird thing to just sell in a hardware store. Seems like one of those chemicals that would probably be regulated by the government. Hydrogen peroxide over there. Really pretty trash hardware store, to be honest. Let's check the rear. Yeah, and these are the construction materials. Yeah, really disappointing. We didn't find a pickaxe. We didn't really find anything we want. I don't really care about the hardware, the construction stuff at all. So we have the jackhammer and there was hydrogen peroxide. So going north might expose us to the road here, which is the other main issue. What is that? Concrete mixer. So we will move the jackhammer to our feet and while we haul, we are almost certainly going to get approached by zombies here. But the haul time is low enough that I feel comfortable doing this. So what did you accomplish this week? Well, I recorded. I mean, that's the main thing is getting back into the rhythm of recording. It's been difficult to force myself and be motivated, but, you know, it is what it is. You're not going to accomplish anything if you don't do anything. So trying to make myself record Cataclysm. I did play a little bit of speed running of Soldier of Fortune over the last couple weeks. I've been working on 2 levels that I really have been struggling with. I might make a video just of like a practice session where I just play those 2 levels a couple times to show you what that, you know, is like. And because I really enjoy the game and I enjoy the act of learning the speed run. It is definitely tedious to do the same things over and over and over and still suck at them. I can actually pick this up. No, I can't. Not enough capacity, even though in that menu it does not say I can't pick it up. It in fact says I can pick it up. I would just be overweight. Drop the knife spear. Yeah, I can't pick up these both items. Yeah, okay, so the game lied to me. That's exciting. I really enjoy the act of... Well, one, I really like Soldier of Fortune. It's a fun game from my youth that I enjoy playing. But also, it's fun to pick up a game and try to speedrun it when you've never really done that before. My torso is hot. Take off the long sleeve shirt. I think that's the only thing I feel comfortable taking off, which is hardly going to reduce our heat at all. Very hot. We're getting slow down as well. It's still springtime. I would not expect to be this hot. I'm extremely hot on basically every body part. It's the duster mostly that's doing it, but it's also our main source of protection. So even if we swapped out the duster for like a turnout coat, we're still going to be hot. And the duster covers more body parts, so I'm reluctant to give up the duster. Okay, we did bring the jackhammer home, which is a victory in and of itself. There was a second hardware store, I believe, unless the rear was counted as part of a second one, but I don't think it is. So there is a second hardware store that I forgot about that we should have at least peeked in and seen what was going on. And we survived an encounter with Amigo, which is is something, right? That's not something that's super easy to do. We're going to keep this 357 on us as a backup gun. We're even going to stop and reload the magazine. Actually, it's not a magazine. It would be a rifle or a revolver, excuse me. Can't reload jacketed hollow points. Presumably this is just different ammunition. So if we unload the revolver, nope, they're jacketed hollow points. So why couldn't I reload? What? Yeah, oh, they're SIG jacketed. Oh, do these even fit in the gun? No, they don't. Great. So we don't have a gun. And again, we have the Glock that has 357, but it's a bug. It doesn't work. So that is annoying. And we have 8 rounds for the 45. Well, screw me, I guess. All right, well, we want soap. We're going to need a washboard. I don't need to carry a crack pipe with me. It's not really something I'm interested in. We will need to make a washboard. Make a washboard on the counter, which, by the way, can I even pick this up? I can, just barely. We're going to need some soap. Soap? Really? Soap is not a tool? Soap? Really? Where's my soap? It would be a chemical. I made a separate chemical pile. Soap. I don't know how much we'll need. We'll take 20. And that's it, right? And we just need to find a tile of water out here. Oh, do I have the backpack? I dropped it. I heard my nostril whistle as I was talking. Always exciting. I have, I think I mentioned this recently in an episode. I have scar tissue in my nose, and sometimes my right nostril whistles because it's been just jammed up with scar tissue. So we're just looking for a water tile here. I can't tell if this is grass or water. Let's head down there. Oh, oh no, that's a flower. Thought I saw some blue. Just looking for a water tile. Used to be pretty common in the forest. There's one, I think. Yes. So activate the washboard. Wash the filthy backpack. We'll use 2 soap. Fat zombie spotted. Yes. Where you at, dog? You can see me through the trees, huh? I don't really know where you got to. I don't know where you went. No. No, please stop. Okay. Just go back to the water tile. It just has vanished. I'm sure it will reappear and attack me while I'm trying to clean things. We washed our items. Great. So we have a new backpack, which is nice. We'll head back to the house here. Yeah, I like speedrunning. I'm not good at it. I think some people have an innate ability. I think some people are just, they put in a massive amount of time and they get very good. But I do think that there are people who have an innate ability to do things like that. I'm really not one of them. I'm definitely slow. I'm definitely, even though I've done this, you know, a few times and have been playing, we need to unload, we need to unload our backpack. And then we can drop the old backpack, yes. And I've been practicing and whatever. I get stuck on everything. There's a lot of physics issues with Soldier of Fortune where even the tiniest bump will completely remove your forward momentum. And there are glitches with physics in the game a lot, which is very, very annoying. But I enjoy doing it. It gives me something to do, and I've been speedrunning just 2 levels trying to practice them. So it's something that takes like 6 minutes if you do everything right. So it's very quick and easy. I can just, when I have 10 minutes, I can just sit down and quickly, plow through. Completed 1 nether monster killed. So my guess would be that the Migo got itself killed. I did not think they were considered Migo or nether. I thought they were their own thing, but I can't think of anywhere else that there would have been a nether creature. So it's possible the Migo bled to death, but more likely, unless this is a Migo corpse, it is. So it looks like it bled to death. It may have still had our bleed on it, and it probably cut itself on the glass or something, and then died, which gave us the kill. So that's interesting. We did remove 1 threat from the board, so that is something. Come over here, zombie. Accomplishments. What do I want to accomplish this week? I really have not been writing. I was stuck at 27,000 words for like 4 days. I just was not writing, was not really spending the time I needed to spend to do it. And then yesterday I wrote maybe 2,000 words. So I did actually like force myself to do something. Yesterday was supposed to be an all-day writing session. I was supposed to not do YouTube. All I wanted to do was focus on my writing. And I recorded an episode and then ignored my writing for most of the evening. So I don't know. Writing is one of those things. I love doing it. I love the act of storytelling. I like, anecdotes and coming up with fun plots and fun characters and things like that. That is great. I love that side of writing. I hate the act of writing. Like, I'm actually very bad line by line coming up with, making sure I write everything with proper English and making sure I use the right wording. And, I said the word I too many times in this paragraph, or I keep saying, I keep calling this character by name, but I should really work in some pronouns so that it's a little less monotonous. And like, you repeated the word too much, or you changed tenses in this sentence, and like the actual act of like line by line writing, I am so terrible at. And it's just, sometimes it's a slog, I think we just talked about it recently, so I won't rehash the same discussion, but like, I think writing is just work. You either put in the work or you don't. And I have not been putting in the work. So I would like to do some of that at some point, this week, focus on my writing, probably over the weekend. My niece is coming by. Usually when she's here, I can't record YouTube stuff. She's, a child. So it tends to be just a smidge noisy. Wow, this is one of the most pathetic hardware stores I've ever been in. There's just no loot here. Like, just by contrast, the other location had stuff on every tile. Even if it wasn't valuable stuff, it's still stocked because that is what would happen in an apocalypse when everyone is dead. There would be stocked shelves everywhere. This place, by contrast, I just cleared this whole front section. There were what, 6 items? And up here, you would see 6 items on one tile sometimes. So just kind of a stark difference. The back is more populated, I see, which is nice. But there really needs to be more consistency with those things in Cataclysm. And it's definitely an issue with the development direction. I see some devs, when they make locations like Curse Twist, when they updated the mall layout and things, the loot got boosted significantly, because that's like what I thought the development direction was. They're trying to build up more loot in the world, and then later they're going to simulate looting over time, for like simulate NPCs looting the area. So over time, when you come to a location, it would have less and less loot over time. However, there are people on the development team who don't seem to agree with that. There's at least one person in particular lately who has been really nerfing item spawns and cutting down on loot availability. And I just feel like that inconsistency, one, is bad because it's inconsistent, but also is bad because, as far as I know, that's the exact opposite of where the development direction was going. So I don't really understand that at all. And as a player, it does get frustrating. Like, some of the numbers, so I don't want to get too much into it. Oh, we're at 32 minutes. But basically, someone recently made a change to, I think, like liquor stores, for example, where they made the vast majority of liquor stores completely empty and looted. And it just doesn't make sense with the game world. There aren't that many humans left, so who did all this looting? Why was there? Where's the security? If it was pre-apocalypse, where was the security? All that kind of stuff. So it doesn't make sense to me from a realism perspective, and it doesn't jive with the direction of the game. So it was something like 2 out of every 23 liquor stores would have loot in it. So literally 21 out of 23 times you're going to find just an empty building. As a player, that's terrible. Like, I would just be so angry if every liquor store I came across, and gun store, and they changed it to be where there's just no loot. I would be angry. Like, I wouldn't want to play the game anymore. So I'm concerned about that particular side of development that has been happening lately. I don't really know what to make of that. I feel like it's confusing and directly conflicts with other people who are making changes in the game. So I just, I'm a little worried about that one. But we'll see how that all shakes out in the end. I, of course, have no affiliation, for the record, with the dev team. People ask sometimes. I'm just a player who's very vocal. I have a lot of opinions, and I talk a lot, and I have a platform. So, a lot of my complaints, I guess, mean more to people than, like I get viewers sometimes who say stuff, and it's like they think I know what I'm talking about. I'm just some guy. I'm just some other player. Don't take what I say too seriously. Anyway, we should wrap the episode. Yeah, so I haven't accomplished very much this week. And I'm hoping to, I have accomplished things. That's my depression talking. I've been lacking motivation, and it makes me sad. And so I start to think that I've done nothing because I want to cut myself down and tear down my accomplishments. The reality is I'm getting back to daily videos, which is a very major step after months of being, kind of uncertain what the content on the channel looks like. I'm not as miserable as I have been over the last few months. I'm doing okay. Work is okay. Worried about losing my insurance. Things with my brother have been okay. So yeah, things are okay. I'm a negative person, and it's hard not to view things very negatively. But that's a wrap for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. I, of course, will be back with more Cataclysm in the near future, and I will see you in the next episode.